Hello, this is Miho. I'm recording in this Canada. So today I'm going to talk about the self-healing. Self-healing is something that it really helps you and also get the flow of energy going for you, not against you. So this means that you take your own responsibility whatever is happening in your life. What it means is that whatever that happens to you, you think is things happen to you, but instead things do happen for you. So when you think or switch that thought process, you feel a good flow going, because that means you stop blaming outside, for instance, your upbringing or money situations or parents and friends or boss or work, those outside force affecting you, your life, your feelings. But when you have this core belief that everything is happening for you, means that you take the meaning out of it for your growth, for your advantage, for your benefit. So you're constantly growing, and you take that situation to learn something out of. So for instance, if you were born in a family where you had so much pain, hardship, right, and it wounds your inner child, and no one healed for you, so you carry that, the feeling for later, in an adult life, and you struggle with certain feelings, and you understand what it feels like to be, judged often, or being ignored, or, just abused, all those things, right? And it's all different from people to people. And then you have been through that experience because that you are the one who make a stop to it. So that's the self-healing part, and that's the taking a responsibility with your life. So what it means is that, okay, you had experience that it makes you feel so awful, and being abused and all that bad feelings, right? So you will stop. You're the one who will be able to stop that loop. If you don't think it this way, you just think, okay, because that's how I raised, that's because how my parents did to me, so I will do the same to the next generation, to your kids, to the people around you. And when you live like this, the history repeats itself. It just goes on, and nothing will change. And you get hurt even more, and that's how your life goes and ends, right? But now you're the one who realized that, okay, this is it. I'm not going to repeat this again ever. I'm going to stop it in my time, right? So your, generation, next generation would have life without what you've gone through. So they have the better life, in a certain perspective. So you don't repeat, things that you felt really bad about, or the hurt, right? So you have a big role to play. So that's the kind of the flow that you live with inside, so that you could stop, blaming outside. Same for the health. People say health is important, this, but when you are really healthy, you don't put that as a priority, because you just take it as granted. All of a sudden you get sick or you're injured, you cannot use certain parts of the body, you can move to wherever that you used to, and then you feel it, right? Oh my God, the health is so good, number one thing. As long as you have a good health, you could work, you could fix things around, and at least, and also you feel really good about the life, right? But when you have bad health, things deteriorate, your mind gets really cloudy, and you just overall that life suck. Right? And then you start to feeling like, okay, this is very important to look after my health, what to eat, I should move more, exercise, and then you start to improve the lifestyle, and then even go through the say the surgery, and there are excellent doctors and people to help you, but they're not gonna live your life, right? So you're the one who's gonna heal after. So you take that people's advice and the help into your life, but the bottom part is to heal yourself, right? So you don't rely completely to the others. When you start dependent to the others, like you really lean over too much to the others, you start blaming others if things don't go well. See, this medicine is not working. See, that doctor is really bad. See, because of I have no money. See, that it just goes on, and it makes your life so much harder, and your wound gets worse, and as if you're putting your foot on the injured wound, right? And then you just step on it, right, by kicking yourself and blaming yourself for. So instead, you take the full responsibility, means that you take what it is a neutral fact, and then you think, okay, how am I gonna get better at? How am I gonna make this in a better shape? And you start looking for solutions, and you take the full responsibility, in your life. And that way, your energy flows better, and then things start rolling better because you're healing yourself by taking, full responsibility, whatever is happening. So even though you had a bad childhood, but you must have learned something out of it. Maybe that makes you feel so much tougher. You get really strong under the pressure because you have so much pressure already at home. So when you go outside of the house, everything seems so easy. Or you learn how the relationship means, so that you know what you don't like through the example, and you never want to repeat that again. Or you get really sensitive to how people feel, so that you can feel what others people might be feeling. So you have learned how to feel, how to like it's an empathy, right? You put yourself in other people's shoes, and you can feel what they feel, so that you have the good respect for the others. That sort of things are skill at the same time that it really helps you to lead your life. So even though it looks really bad, but the way you look at your event, how you look or feel the meaning to it, so you decide how you put meanings to it as an event or the past experience. So you have this free will to take anything happening in your life, how you view it, how to put the meanings to it. So that's how I start applying to my own experience. So it start to really have a good flow of it. And I still have those hurt feelings, but I don't dwell on it like I used to do it. And then you just keep going, because you just want to live the life that you would like to have, instead of what people think of you or what other people will say to you. like you put more importance to how you feel, how you like to have your life, even though you had this experience and that bad experience, but you have your own meaning to that event. So that's all up to you, and whatever you believe, it's up to you, and whatever it works for you, you should just keep doing it. So that's how the life becomes the way you want it to. And then in order to reach the goal, you feel like you want to be there right the next day. Like for instance, if you want to have $10,000, maybe the next day you wake up, there's a $10,000 waiting at your bed side, right? That would be great, but in reality it doesn't really happen that way. What happens is that when you have this goal, like desirable place to be, you go a different spot, and which will eventually connect to this. You might have a different feelings, or you might meet some people, and you just go with the flow of what you're feeling. And then when you do it, then you might meet people who knows the information that you're looking for, and then you do that, and all of a sudden you find a really good information, and you do that, and it just all connects to the goal. It's like running a marathon. It's like, okay, you start, and the next moment you're at the goal, and it's not fun. It's like a soccer game. So next moment you start the game, and next moment, okay, you won, but there's nothing in between. So that's how the life is, right? Like you really enjoy that process. You might not feel the enjoyment at some points, but that's the whole process, how you get to the goal. And that's where we enjoy, called life. So that's how I think you process to make improvements and progress, instead of like dwelling on it and getting into this loop and feeling stuck. So that's how you shift your mind and self-heal, make you feel really good, and how you look at the things, how you put the meanings to the event. That's all up to you. And then you take advice from other people, or listen to somebody's stories, and then get the hint, right? Like a little trigger to do something, but you're the one who will heal your life and feelings and improve your life. You're the one who live the life, right? So it's just shifting your mind and shifting your energy, and learning a self-healing is very important and beneficial to you. Okay, so hope this helps. Okay, see you in the next video. Bye-bye.